Welcome to the Teaching Unfiltered podcast. I'm your host, Cindy Homberg-Smith. Think of me as that teacher bestie navigating together the magical moments and messiness of teacher life. If you are looking to upgrade your life, whether that's inside or outside of the classroom, then you have come to the right place. It's my intention in this podcast to bring you all the topics, because as we know, teachers are a big mixed bag of interests after that lanyard comes off at the 3 p.m. bell. So please come pull up a chair around my table and let's talk teacher life at Teaching Unfiltered. This podcast is sponsored by Lizard Learning Publishing. Rightio, let's jump right into today's episode. Hey, today we are diving into the law of attraction, and we're discussing 6 strategies that can help you find your joy and bring desires into your life that you have always wanted. Now, I have waited until episode 4 to start talking this woo-woo stuff. Now, I wanted you to see that I'm normal, or as normal as can be, but I couldn't wait too much longer to talk about the spiritual topics that actually saved my life. Now, I know that you guys are interested in these topics because I see you at all the Instagram accounts that I follow that are all the topics on the woo-woo stuff, like manifestation and visualization and the universe and like the law of attraction today. Now, I want to jump right into these topics that I know work, changed my teacher life, and have helped the people that I have coached change their life too. I would never have dreamt of talking about the law of attraction, manifestation, and visualization in my teaching day in 2010. Now, I wish I did, because I would have been helping millions of people with this work now, because now it is everywhere. And whenever we talk about mindfulness and well-being and mindset and all these topics, then the law of attraction and the universe and all these woo-woo topics, they seem to be all intertwined. Knowing the principles of the law of attraction, it will help you if you are wishing to be at that school of your dreams next year, or on the year level that you love most to teach and you haven't been on it for a couple of years. Or you want to manifest that next year perfect job role to work next to your teacher bestie, perhaps. It could be even far, far away from teaching altogether and be an overseas trip that you've dreamed about, or moving into a new area that you've loved for years, or starting a new hobby. Now, when we discuss any topic here at Teaching Unfiltered, it's obviously up to you to relate this to your teacher life that is either inside or outside of the classroom. Now, as I mentioned in the first episode, when I started the mindset work, the spiritual work, it was to do with nothing teaching. It was all personal. However, a beautiful thing happened when I started to work on my beliefs, my self-beliefs, my self-sabotages, my limited thinking, my negative thoughts. And when I repatterned to positive ways of reframing my mindset, my teaching life changed dramatically as a result. So did my kids' attitudes, so did my classroom management. It just has this huge, big snowball effect, which can be so beautiful and empowering on one's life. If you're feeling burnt out or in need of a positive change, then these strategies that we're going to chat about today, they might just be the answer to what you've been looking for and the key to transforming your life. Now, the first thing that we need to do is set clear intentions. The law of attraction is all about positive thinking and focusing on what you want to achieve. Our first strategy is to set clear intentions by being very specific about the goals that you want to achieve and how you want to feel in the coming year. So pen and paper time, if you aren't driving, of course, write down your intentions, and remember that these intentions can apply for anything, either personal life or inside the classroom in your teaching career. Stating I am, it's a very powerful way for your subconscious to rewire your thinking. It could be something very generic, like I am a great teacher, I am an inspirational role model. But something personal, it could be I am living in a beautiful home that is the house of my dreams. Or I am a business owner with a successful earring business. Or I am connecting to Joshua so well and seeing better results with his grades. I am married with 2, 3 beautiful children. I am a classroom teacher teaching my favorite grade 1 that I applied for. Now, I would walk to work as a registered nurse from the back streets at Stones Corner in Wollongabba in Brisbane, where my car was parked because I refused to pay the $22 a day in the hospital parking to go to my nursing job. Now, I had a mortgage and times were tough. I was just in my mid 20s. And every morning I'd visualize myself handing out a worksheet to my year one class and explaining the instructions. And I did this every day walking to that hospital until I was able to say I am a classroom teacher. Motivation is not going to get you to where you want to be. Your intentions are. And that was really interesting. This is the universe, because I was actually listening to a podcast this morning and that was the sentence that I heard. And it was doing a podcast on this same topic today. Now, number 2 is visualization. It is a powerful technique when you can imagine yourself achieving your goals and living the life that you desire. Picture it in absolute minute detail. Feel the emotions associated with your success and know that you can achieve it. You might be a visual person. A vision board will work really well. Place on there every trip or material object or anything that you wish to see in your life on that board, a car, a home, babies. Now, a vision board, it's a visual representation of your goals and your dreams. And it can be like physical board. I've seen it on a cork board. I've seen it on just white project card that you can get, project paper card you can get from Officeworks, that you can create by cutting out images and words from magazines. You could do it digitally, so you could do it on the computer, that you create using online tools like Pinterest. So you fill your vision board with images and words that represent your goals. You place it somewhere where you will see it every single day. Now, you might be auditory, so a great thing is to leave a message on your voice recorder. This is all I'm doing now as I record this podcast. I have a Rode microphone and it is connected just to the voice messenger app thing on my iPhone. It's very simple. And you could listen to it every day explaining what you think of your new house as you do a walkthrough on the first day that you've received the keys after your purchase. You can do this for your new classroom as a teacher, and you could be walking through and opening those doors and smelling that smell and designing your curtains and how your tables will be set out and where your reading corner will be. Or you could talk about your first day in your corner office as a principal, or presenting your first assembly as a deputy principal, how you're preparing it, what the atmosphere was like in the hall. Really, though, get into the feelings of the experience you wish to create for yourself. Record as though you were talking to your partner or your teacher bestie and explaining how wonderful each parent interview went at a parent interview evening, or whatever you desire. Speak it and show it into being your truth in whatever way that resonates with you. You might be more of an action type person who needs to do. So I'm that type of person. I learn in this way. I have to be doing it to really get into the thick of it. If this is you, I'd go to a house inspection if you're trying to find your dream home, and get into that house and get someone to take photos of you at the front door and sitting in the living room. If it's a car that you want, then go to the dealer and ask for a test drive. Have a friend video you, take photos of your actual hands on the wheel. Then you print these out, put them on your vision board or put them in your digital folder on your computer, and then act as if. Picture it every day, but you've got to feel the emotions of having it. Now, by using these real, actionable and practical steps, you can use visualization to achieve anything that you want. But as long as I just said, as long as you're feeling them into being, you can't just cut them out and slap them up and not think anything more about it. Whether you are looking to advance in your career or improve your teaching skills or find work at a school where your child's going to school, or you want to achieve a personal goal, visualization and seeing you already having it in your reality can really help you focus your thoughts and your energy on achieving those things. Now, number 3, by using the law of attraction to get you anything that you want, is practicing gratitude. Oh my gosh, I hated this one. I never understood it. I'd just even flick over it. You might have even just gone to flick over it as well. But really now, years and years and years, like it's 2023 now, and I started this stuff in 2004. Got really heavy into it in 2006. I've been going for a very long time on these practices now, and gratitude is so important for switching that negative attitude to a positive one. There are so many laws that we operate from, and one of them is the law of rhythm. We aren't high vibe energy all of the time. Our emotions are like a pendulum. We swing up and we swing down, and this is normal. But when we're on a low swing, life appears to have everything against us. Ever have an argument at home with a loved one or with your kids, or on the way to work in the car with someone who's cut you off, and then the kids in your class seem to just kick off to the next level as well? Now, this usually becomes our last straw, and we could walk into the principal's office and hand in that resignation that sits ready to print on our desktop, on our computer, on any given day. When you have what you think is a bad day, you can instantly change it by just grabbing a pen and paper. Here is your action step, and write down 10 things that you're grateful for. You will quickly see that not everything in your life is on the downswing and the doom and gloom. Express thanks to others, to your car for getting you places safely, for your toothbrush that keeps your teeth clean, for the blanket for warmth that's just kept you nice and warm all night, for the job that you have that keeps food on the table, that keeps your kids clothed, that might be the little private investor into your side hustle. When we're grateful for the things we already have in our life, we are given so much more to be grateful for. When we change our attitude to a positive one, then everything will turn out just beautifully. Now, if I get a car parking space close to where I want it, I say, thank you, universe. If I receive a discount somewhere on an item, I say, oh, thank you, universe, for this discount. Money comes easily and frequently to me. And you can model gratitude for your students too, because once you start this practice yourself, you will really see the benefits to your mindset and your attitude. And it's a simple but effective way to attract positivity into your life really quickly. You can't be upset or angry at life when you are being grateful. Number 4, staying positive. Now, maintaining a positive mindset is crucial. When you can maintain a positive attitude, everything in your life improves. Staying in a vibration where we feel good, where we want to do better and to keep growing as a person. When a person is positive, then they have a great attitude. This is going to sound very basic of an explanation. Now, just to make up your mind that you are going to be a positive person is really all that you need to become a positive person. It might take a while to form this habit, especially if you've been a negative Nancy for a long time, but it is a habit to cultivate and to develop. You'll remain positive no matter what the difficult child does, no matter what the email from the parent says, no matter what is said at the staff meeting, no matter what the argument is at home, no matter if your child is acting up. Look for what's good, harvest the good. You're going to go off track for sure sometimes, but you just click your fingers and come back to a good thought and a good feeling. For when you're feeling good, you're in a positive lane. Feeling bad, that's when you're thinking negatively. Now, just remember, just click back into gear and go, oh, that's right, I'm a positive person now. That's it. It really doesn't require any more therapy. It doesn't require tens of thousands of dollars at a psychologist or medication as a psychiatrist to be a positive person. Just click your fingers and go, oh, that's right, I am a positive person from now on. Time for a quick break, but I will be right back with today's episode. Hey, if you have enjoyed my podcast so far, I please ask you to subscribe, rate and review wherever you listen. This helps us reach more listeners to inspire, motivate and empower. I encourage you to tag your friends and give the podcast a 5-star review, as this will really help this little podcast grow. If you find any value today, please take a screenshot of the episode with the comment that resonated and share on Instagram at lizard_learning. My love language are words of affirmation, so I love receiving your messages, your kind words, and to know that I'm bringing you content that will move the needle from where you are to where you wish to be in Teacher Life. Thank you so very much for listening. This just really helps you become aware of just becoming aware of the vibration that you're in is going to be just a very easy way to click yourself back into where you want to be. Now, you also will have to avoid negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. Surround yourself with positive people who uplift and inspire you. So remember, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Do a very big audit on your friendship groups and even your family. Instead of whole days at a time with people who aren't uplifting you, some people we have to spend time with, our colleagues. We do have to go visit our family members. Now, if you walk away and you feel even more drained after you left their presence, then think of ways to spend only a few minutes at a time with them. Maybe just a cuppa next time at the catch-up instead of morning tea and a movie and then lunch and then afternoon tea. And it's okay to drop people all together if they are just too toxic anymore. Now, I found over the years that once I had these thoughts about friends who no longer served me for me and my mental health or my positive thinking, or who were negative or just who had nothing nice to say about people or things, the friendship actually would just organically dissolve. The universe works wonders with these kinds of situations. And in this way, just set an intention that from now on, you are only accepting positive, inspiring, motivating, and encouraging people to be in your space. And then really you just get on with living. It usually works out that these negative people, they just organically move on anyway. And then there is no need for any confrontation or fights or to have to sit down and have those hard conversations. Now, number 5 is take inspired action. Setting goals is important, but taking action is equally crucial. What we need to do, you need to create a plan. You need to prioritize your goal. Instead of sitting down at Netflix, if your goal is to, or your plan is to have all your report cards due a week before your principal asks for them, well then sitting down watching Netflix is not a priority. Then your priority is to start getting your report card comments and behavior comments and things in order. Then you have to take daily action. You have to monitor your progress. You have to celebrate your little milestones and just adjust your plans as needed. These steps will keep you on the path to success. I teach my coaching clients this little strategy. Now, I'm not going to withhold it for you. I'm going to share everything that I do here, and I'm going to share it with you now. Pen and paper time. Remember, I am a teacher that loves guided, explicit, and direct instruction. And the best way to do that with engagement with your students is to stop, have a break, and grab an interrupter. An interrupter for this is going to be grabbing a pen, grabbing a paper. Obviously not if you are driving. You're just going to mentally pop it up there and go and write these things down when you are safe and not driving. Write down 3 goals, items or experiences that you want to achieve. Only you know what they are and what you want. Now, in the next column, write down for each one 3 actionable ways that you could possibly achieve it. Now, I love examples. Let's say your goal is to run a half marathon next year. Now, I did personally run a marathon when Ava was 18 months old, and I highly recommend this achievement in life. It's a great bucket list goal. I'd actually love to do another one. Now, your 3 things could be, so if it was to run a marathon, Google where marathons are held in your city, research how to prepare for a marathon, and find a coach or a running group. Basically, that's all the 3 things I did when I wanted to find out how to start running for a marathon. Now, out of those 3, which one feels the best one to do and the easiest one to do or the most achievable one? Now, put a big circle around that one and start. I'd put a circle around, I want to run a marathon and I'm going to just start researching how to prepare for a marathon. And then you're going to start doing that. Remember, how do you eat an elephant? This was in another podcast, 1 bite at a time. Taking action, it only needs to start small. Now, in my one-to-one coaching with teachers, this is how we start. I've got a special offer. It's only $99 at the moment for coaching. Now, we find your 3 struggles inside or outside of the classroom. It doesn't matter where it is. And in our first session together, we tackle 1. We develop a plan, and you implement those strategies that we have unpacked together straight away after our session. Then this worry and this battery brain sucker of stressing about it is no longer an issue for you. It's eliminated. This problem will be eliminated and gone. You will wonder why you even put so much energy into it. Now, all my coaching sessions, just have a look at the link below if you want to find joy again in your life, find your goals, unpack them so you are living a life fulfilled and not just focusing on your teacher life, because there is a whole world waiting out there for you other than that classroom. It's a matter of getting off that teacher hamster wheel, though, understanding that you've got an issue or a problem and that you're just not overcoming it or you're just not tackling it. Sometimes we need a coach and a mentor to help us see that clear path. That is what I've done my whole entire life. I've had business coaches to help me with the next step of each little development that we're going through in life. And that's growth. And that's stepping out of your comfort zone, because nobody wants to be in the same space that we were 6 months ago. Now, number 6 strategy is trusting the process. Lastly, it is trusting in the process and believing that everything is working out for your highest good, even when you face the challenges. Now, remember the mantra, life is happening for me, not to me. This shift in perspective can transform your outlook on life. Remember, we're also going back to the other tip, and we are positive thinkers now. Whenever we want to go into that negative thinking, we go, oh, that's no longer us. I am a positive thinker. So starting a podcast, this was on my vision board for years. I set the intention, so that was me putting it on my vision board. Whenever I thought about it, I knew that it was on its way. And I just trusted all the aspects to it would come together. The title would come, the content topics, the admin person to help me with it, the production of all the moving parts to create a podcast. It would just all come together, and I didn't have to fret and I didn't have to worry. And drum roll, here we are. So I am in the full flow of bringing this together now. I have found Carrie Ann. She is my business strategist ninja who knows everything about this stuff. But my lowest hanging fruit, the things that I could do over all of these years, was my little action step was I Googled and I've researched for years things like how to host a podcast, how to find topics for a podcast. Is a teacher podcast going to be worthwhile? Like, this was all my little lowest hanging fruit. When I was running my business, or I've gone to do a relief day, I'm raising a baby, I mean, she's 10 now, on my own, but these were the little things that I could do just 5 minutes before going to sleep at night, or standing in line at the grocery store. It's all the 5-minute little actions that actually build the dream and gets you the things that you want. I just want to ask you, what is yours? What is the easiest action that you could take towards this goal that you want, that you just wrote down? So you might call someone. You might Google some information about it, like I did with my marathon. You might ask someone already doing it or having what you want. You might read a book on it. Like, I've got so many books on all of this stuff. That's why I could have had 3 university degrees on mindset and psychology and counseling and therapy and visualization and manifestation and mindset and all of these things, because I have read and read and read till the cows come home. I've listened to podcasts. All these things are just easy and great ways that you can take action on that goal that you want to start. When the universe also sees action being taken by you, it also takes over half the job. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Teaching Unfiltered. I hope these 6 little strategies for a positive teaching life using the law of attraction have inspired you. Now, as a teacher, you have the power to create a positive and successful learning environment, both for yourself and your students. When your day-to-day classroom is running smoothly and your mindset and your attitude and your positivity is right, then these positive vibes shift into every area of your life. This work and delving into it is so worth it. Please share this, rate this podcast, let more teachers know about this stuff so they can be empowered in their lives to change their lives and to achieve the things both personally and professionally that they want to do. Trust in the universe, focus on your intentions. What is it do you wish to experience, feel, or see in your life? And then take action to make these things a reality. Remember, life is happening for you, not to you, and you have the tools, to manifest the life, the teaching experience, or the classroom culture, the partner, the university that you want to be accepted into, the new job role, whatever it is for you, follow these 6 strategies and check in with me on Instagram at lizard_learning. Take a pic of this episode and tell me what has come true for you in your experience since you listened to this podcast, because I can't wait to hear. Now, here's my last thoughts and a quote from my favorite Australian female author, Rhonda Byrne from The Secret. If you don't have this book, then you need to go and get it, because these are just the fundamental principles to learning about the law of attraction if you are super new to this work. Now, the quote, "What you think you create, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you become." Rhonda Byrne. Now, until the next episode, stay positive. Remember, click those fingers. If you go into a negative spiral, if you're hanging down low, then click the fingers and say, that's right, I'm a positive person by now. And trust in the process. Your journey to manifest all your teacher life dreams and goals inside or outside of the classroom, it started right here today. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening today. I take your time very seriously and appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me. Now, before you go, please take a quick minute to rate and give a 5-star review. Our little podcast community that you and I are building together. Your review will help me so much to reach more teachers to help and support. Now, until next episode, you can head to the website, Lizard Learning, for all the resources to empower your teacher life. And I'll see you in the next episode.